if you're a young person and you're from the East, please spend some time to pray. Ask that God will give you wisdom and that you will make your children and the next generation proud. Please spend time to pray. Whatever or whoever you believe in, pray to that person or that thing and ask that you have wisdom and grace so that you can do better for the next generation, because this is nonsense. Number one, how do you threaten a person that is going to lose a place I never had? You are threatening the person that you're going to lose the Southeast if you don't address something. The question is, he never had it. 95% or 90, some people say 98% went to Peter Obi from the entire Southeast. What's the incentive? You're going to vote for him anyway. So this threat doesn't make any sense. Without due, in fact, there's no respect needed. It makes no sense. You are telling somebody that if you don't address Biafra agitators, you are going to lose the Southeast. He lost it the first time. Losing it, addressing the issue doesn't change anything. All this gaslighting just doesn't make sense. That's one. Number two, see, you know, I don't even care. If you're Yoruba, let me talk to you. I don't care what people think about themselves. If you're Yoruba, let me talk to you. Let nobody come and tell you that there's something from 55 years ago that we have to solve. I'm going to say this as a Yoruba man. Nobody owes anybody anything in Nigeria. Nobody. Nobody. You're going to have to do what you have to do based on the realities on ground. All this thing of whipping up sentiments and talking about the war has come and gone. And you know what? I think we're going to even spend more time discussing this war, because you will see what has never been said as far as the war is concerned. People make it look like they were sitting down and they were just, piling on them and beating them. They don't talk about the things they did. Whether what they did to Nigerians, or what they did to Yoruba people, what they did in the Midwest, what they did to the Eastern minorities. I'm talking about, when I say they, I'm saying Biafra, largely Igbo people, what they did. People let those things just go down because it's not anything, like everybody's looking for healing. You are threatening somebody on something you never gave the person in the first place. If you voted for him, let's say last election he got 25% in your space, it will make sense to say, you know what, if you don't do this thing, we will not vote for you. But you didn't even vote for him the first one. Number two, this war thing, we're going to say it no matter who gets, I don't care whose ox is God. The war is not a leverage, the war is not a crutch, the war is nothing. Because if you make it a thing, all of us can make it a thing. We can make it a thing with what happened to Yoruba people. We can make it a thing with what happened to Ibibio people, or Abodema people, or Bayelsa Rivers. We can make it a thing. And then you probably just keep quiet because it's enough. You can't keep blackmailing everybody with, oh, we fought a war. Who sent you? Say there is a wound. The only reason that wound has not healed is because people in the East will not stop lying about the war. You are not the only victim of the war. You are also an aggressor. You hurt people. You killed people. You destroyed families just like yours were destroyed. And by the way, neither is something I think makes sense. I don't like the fact that Nigerian soldiers, for instance, attacked, whether it was Asaba or the Onitsha, issue. It's terrible. But I also don't like the fact that the Igbos attacked the Midwest and attacked Ore, and attacked Ibibio land, and attacked Rivers and the Eastern minorities. They also have a story. All this one that you're just crying every year. This is the apex group. Why am I even surprised? Why do you even get angry with clowns that come here to insult me every day? This is what the apex group is thinking. That because of something that happened in 55 years. Number three, what is the incentive for having conversation with Biafran agitators? The leaders are already in custody. Which agitators again are we discussing with? And let me quickly use this opportunity to tell you about people that are always shouting, want to break Nigeria. Calm down. Calm down. John Tolong. Let's learn from the mistakes of others. If these are your leaders, God bless you, but please pray to God that you'll be better for the next generation. How can you be led by people like this? Always claiming to be victims, always blackmailing people, always using the war. I've said it several times. If you have any other country that was able to achieve this feat, please let me know. 9 years after the civil war, Nigeria produced a vice president from the losing side. That was the leverage. The war was the leverage. Thank you for the gift. Tell me any other country in the world that 9 years after the civil war, or just about a decade after the civil war, somebody from the losing side became the vice president of the nation. Tell me. Today I was studying something from Yakubu Gowon, and I was like, this man, he had church mind. You know what people do to places where they lost? Especially when the loss is something that when the war could have been avoided. Nigeria is actually too very gracious to the Igbos along, and I'm glad that Nigeria is. I'm actually happy. But maybe we don't know what has been done. So we're going to have sessions to discuss what has been done in the East since the war. All these 55 years, nothing has happened. Many things have happened. And the rest of us are not going to, kill ourselves to make you feel welcome in Nigeria. That's why Nigeria has tried. Nigeria has tried. Maybe I should talk about some of the things Nigeria has done. Just a few. You see, during that war, by the way, the war, terrible event, it should never have happened. The lives that were lost, unfortunate, right? Even one life is too much. One person's life is too much, let alone, thousands. And no, it's not a billion, not 7 million people. That one is a lie. The entire population of Igbo people at the time was 7 million. In this world, in this earth, on this planet. Maybe there are others in Mars or Jupiter, but on Earth, the number of Igbos were 7 million people. So all this nonsense about 21 million people died in the war is a lie. You are claiming that the people that died are more than the entire population of the people. Like, how? But we don't question it because we want to feel like, oh, sorry about it. But you are basically weaponizing our empathy. You are turning our empathy on us. The most generous estimate of the casualty of the war was 1 million, and that 1 million included everybody: Nigerian soldiers, Biafran soldiers, Nigerian civilians, Igbo civilians, the Eastern minorities that were unalived by Igbos. Everybody put together was 1 million. That's the most generous estimate. The most conservative puts it at 300,000. I've interviewed an 80-year-old man who was in the war who told me the exact same thing, and he's Igbo. So all this is 1 million today, is 10 million today. I beg, please save us the... We're tired. 55 years. I can't go through this. My generation will just be quiet. Then the next generation, my children will now take it up again. No, it's enough. Stop lying. Terrible event, by the way. I'm not diminishing or making it look like nothing. What happened was terrible. It was unfortunate, but please stop thinking that the rest of us are stupid and we have to pay what you are supposed to pay. During that war, money was actually moving out of the federal capital to the regions. The allocation that was meant for the east central state, because the eastern region was divided into 3 in May. That was May 27th, 1967. Divided into 3, you had the southeastern state, which is now Calabar, Cross River State and Akwa Ibom State. You had River State, which is now River State and Bayelsa State. Then you have the East Central State, which has now become 5. If you think about it, you see one more. Anyway, East Central State became 5. Now the East Central State had money that was supposed to get to it as allocation on a monthly basis, but during the war they didn't send the money there. So what did Awolowo do? Awolowo saved that money. He saved the money over the period of, while the war was being prosecuted. He saved the money, and then he got that money across to Ukpabi Asika, who became the administrator or governor of East Central State. You read about Ukpabi Asika. He's credited to have rebuilt that place very fast. Like he rebuilt. The question is, how did he rebuild something that they said was never rebuilt? How did he achieve the feats that they always claim he achieved? Where did he get the money from? It's from the federal government. From Awo. Because some of those things, I would even did it without having to consult with the quote-unquote FEC at the time, the Executive Council, because some of them would say no. Then he put 3.5 million pounds in African Continental Bank. Why did he do that? So that Igbos will be able to access that money and take out loans to start business and start all over again. Then he put another tranche into Cooperative Bank of Eastern Nigeria. And then now there are 90,000 pounds on a monthly basis as subvention to the East Central State. And of course, other states also got it. But the primary focus was for the East Central State, 90,000 pounds on a monthly basis, apart from the 3.5 million pounds that was given to ACB and the other money that was given to Central Bank of Eastern Nigeria. And then the backlog of the money that he had saved over time and given to the East Central governor to rebuild. What else? The person who actually destroyed this stuff, he came back to a hero's welcome. So let's be very, very clear. The federal government did a lot to help the East. Now, let me say this. I'm not saying they did all that could be done. There's more that can be done. There's a lot more that can be done. Like, you can't say, oh, they've done it, just leave them alone, let them take care of themselves. No, of course, they are citizens of Nigeria. They are citizens of Nigeria. They deserve stuff, but they don't deserve anything more than people in Kebbi. There's nothing Anambra deserves more than somebody in Jigawa. Like, you are not better than anybody in Nigeria. Let's make that very clear. We are all the same. And by the way, this has started since the 1940s. I read a report yesterday from Sir Arthur Richards, the former Governor General of Nigeria, saying as at 1947, this same region will keep complaining, even though they were contributing the least to the revenue of the nation at the time. It's crazy. You're lucky is the unwise and Agbero pushing the useless Biafra. Listen to me, you and the Agbero, you are not different. There's no difference between both of you. I've listened to some of you that went to school. Your thinking is this not Ohaneze Ndigbo? I've listened to some of your best speak. It's not different from the Agbero you are insulting. What else should Nigeria do? One day I'm going to go back and do. Somebody wrote something about Aburi. I'll do a session on Aburi one of these days. Everything Ojukwu wanted, they gave him but one. I have 3 sources for the statement I just made right now. Everything but one. He still went to war. 6 kings from Yoruba land went to him. He went to war. Awolowo stood up and went to him. He went to war. Leaders from different parts of Nigeria went to him. Went to war. What do you want Nigeria to do? Are you a spoilt brat? And you have done it for our father's generation. You now start it all over again. As though we have no books, as though we have no sources, as though we have not even read the accounts from different places. Stop using the words. It's not going to work again. There is no. My compassion, my empathy is for the real victims of the coup, of the war, because they deserve it. But all this phantom nonsense of lying and saying, oh, we have one wound. If your wound has not healed for 55 years, maybe you should ask yourself, what's wrong with your body? And it's always somebody else's fault. Everybody is terrible. Everybody is bad. It's only one that Abba. Let me tell you why I speak like this. I'm tired. And let me tell you why I'm tired. I have studied. You read this and I'm like, why are Nigerians even quiet, self? The kind of things Ojukwu did, guys. This guy hijacked plane, told people to enter bus and go where they were going. Went to hijack planes, military planes, civilian planes. to the point where he still hijacked the granite, 400 tons of granite from UAC. They are still looking for that granite till today. They've not found it. Do you know what this man did to you guys? If you are really serious about healing, go and study your history and hold Ojukwu responsible for what happened to your guys. You know what? We are going to do that session. If you ask me, why do we do this thing? Why am I always talking about the coup? Why are we talking about Nigeria? It's because if you don't know, this is what they will say to you now. Oh, if you don't vote for us, you have to talk to agitators. We are the agitators. It's not the same person that is in court right now.